Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our live stream today, all about getting ready for Results Day 2023. It's just over a month to go now until the big day, and we're here to help you every step of the way. So today I'm your host. So my name is Leanne. I work in NTU's marketing team, and we also have Ricky, who's going to run today's presentation.
Hi everyone, my name is Ricky. I'm part of the outreach team here at Nottingham Trent University. So I normally go into sixth forms and colleges and speak to students like yourselves about the next few steps on your way to university.
Fab. So if you have any questions at any point today during the live stream, we will be answering them at the end of the presentation. So do pop them in the chat for us and we'll come around to them at the end for you. So we'll just get straight into it. So I'll hand over to Ricky for her presentation all about getting ready for Results Day 2023.
Awesome. So the first thing to keep in mind is A-level results day is Thursday, the 17th of August this year. BTECs are going to be released either on Thursday, 17th of August, or possibly even before that. The number one thing you need to keep in mind is please make sure you are around on results day. Do not go on holiday. Make sure you are around on results day, possibly even the day after and the day after that, just to make sure that if you are entering clearing, you will have enough time to come visit wherever it is you might be interested in going now that your plans may have potentially changed. So on A-level results day, you can log on to UCAS track right in the morning, even before you get your results. And your UCAS track will tell you one of three things. It'll either say, congratulations, you've made it into your insurance choice, your firm choice. Congratulations, you've made it into your insurance choice, or that you're automatically entered into clearing, which is when you haven't met the grades for either your firm or your insurance choice. If that is the case, we're now going to look at what happens when you're entering clearing. So basically, the most important thing is that when you know you're entering clearing, whether that is because you've planned to do so or whether you were kind of caught a bit off guard on results day, you first of all need to make sure that you're going into school and you go pick up your results. Clearing is an opportunity for you to contact other universities and see if there are places available on a course that you might have not thought about doing yet, or possibly a course related to the initial course that you have applied to. Clearing vacancies are going to be online on the university's website as well as the UCAS website, and they're going to be updated continually. Clearing has opened and remains open until the 17th of October 2023. However, please do keep in mind that clearing is only open for those who have already received their results already. If you're still waiting to get your results on or before the 17th of August, that's when clearing will be an option for you. And who is clearing for? So there's this myth out there that clearing is only for those poor souls who just didn't quite meet their grades, but that's not true. So there is a lot of people who are entering clearing for a variety of reasons, and it doesn't have to be the daunting experience that people make it out to be. So yes, people who might have not gotten the UCAS points or grades to get into their firm or insurance choice are looking at clearing, but also students who might have changed their minds about what they want to do or where they want to study. Likewise, there might also be students who've done a lot better than they anticipated initially, and they want to see what other options are out there for them, as well as students who might have taken a year out, or those who have not applied via UCAS initially in the cycle and now got their results and just want to see what options they have when it comes to university. So how is it that you can apply to clearing? As I said, the main thing is that you go to school and you pick up your results, because you will need your actual results in order to go through clearing. In order to apply by phone, which is probably the most straightforward option, is you can just ring us and speak to a clearing advisor. They will then ask about your grades and your experience, and if the course you're interested in has any vacancies and you're eligible for them, they will complete an application with you over the phone. You will then receive an email confirmation with instructions on how to respond by UCAS, and possibly, depending on the course you're applying to, you might also be asked to attend an interview, provide a portfolio, or possibly speak to a member of the academic team about your application.
There's a good tip on the screen there as well. So it's always really important to make the call yourself if you are applying for clearing. So we can't speak to anyone else on your behalf. So do be brave and pick up the phone on the day, and our team are really friendly and we'll be there to help you.
Absolutely. There's another way to apply online to clearing, which is where you need to find out first what course it is that you want to study. And it means you don't have to speak to an advisor, and you can just apply now ready if you've already gotten your results. And at clearing, mine is apply.ntu.ac.uk. You will need to fill out all the required fields and submit your application. It will then be assessed by our admissions team. And if your application was successful, you'll be sent a confirmation email. Again, depending on the course, you might still be asked to attend an interview, speak to an academic, or provide a portfolio. And then there's NTU priority. So you might ask, oh, what's that all about? So basically, NTU priority is something that we offer to you that allows you to, first of all, skip the call queue. So the last thing after you are entering clearing that you need is to be waiting in a queue, just being nervous and hoping for someone to pick up. So we give you a number that means that you can skip the queue and you're first in line. You also, by entering into NTU priority, have guaranteed accommodation if you're going through clearing for your first year of staying with us. We'll also be able to fast track your application, and there will be a one-on-one chat available for you with our clearing advisors for anything you need, any support or help. And we'll also send you regular email updates until the big day. It's just some final points to keep in mind when it comes to clearing. So I know finding out that your plan A or B hasn't worked out on the day can be really, really, really difficult and might cause some anxiety and rash decisions. But the most important thing is, if you're going through clearing, make sure that you do consider those two things. Make sure that the new course you're looking at is right for you, and that the potential new university you might be looking at is right for you as well. That is obviously if it's for whatever reason that you're entering clearing. So do make sure that you're not making any rash decisions that you might regret later on. So that's why I said earlier, make sure that you're not only around on the day, but potentially the few days after that as well, so that you get another chance to look around a university you might have not been able to visit before. So yeah, we'll be more than happy to have you come onto campus and have a look around NTU and the days following clearing to make sure that this is the right place for you.
What things would you recommend, Ricky, that students think about when they're thinking about, oh, is this the right university for me? What sort of criteria would you recommend thinking about?
I always like to think of it, make sure that the course is something on paper that you absolutely love, something that intrigues you, something where you find elements that excite you, something you're really, really passionate about. And then do come onto campus and have a look around and make sure that this is a place where you can see yourself. I feel like a lot of times it's just a gut feeling and you can't tell why a certain place feels right for you and why a certain place doesn't feel right for you. I think it's making sure that you feel comfortable, that you can see yourself living there, and that obviously you're excited about the course.
Completely agree about that gut feeling though. Sometimes you get onto campus and you just know that's where you're going to end up being for the next few years. So great tips, thank you. And some more tips.
Yes. So yeah, the main thing is have your UCAS ID number ready, your UCAS clearing number, which is if you're entering clearing automatically, will be available on your UCAS track, and also have contact details for universities ready. So universities will start posting clearing hotlines such as ours that you can see below in the screen, and it just makes sure that you are as prepared as you can be. Maybe start looking at alternative courses already, just to kind of make sure that you have a plan in place. Do have some pen and paper, phone charger. Obviously, ringing around might really hit your battery. It's important that you also have a personal statement in hand, and especially if you might have changed your mind on the course that you want to study, or an updated personal statement if you're still looking at the same course or similar courses. And also do make sure you have your GCSE results, because depending on the course that you are studying, they might come up. So as I said before, even if you're really, really confident, it really can't hurt to have a plan B and have a look at other options. One of the things I always say is, just because you were unsuccessful when it comes to one course at a university that you really, really like, doesn't mean that you cannot look for another course at the same university. For example, our LLB in law has higher entry criteria than our law and criminology degree. So that might be somewhere where there might be an option for you to study something that you love just as much and that still fits into what you're passionate about at the university that you really want to study. So yeah, do your research ahead of time and make sure that you can then be fully focused on results day and not just run around like a headless chicken. And the most important thing, arguably, is make sure being kind to yourself. It's a very, very stressful time, and you have done so well to even get here in the first place, no matter what those results are. And you should be really, really proud of yourself. So make sure you might have a quiet night in with friends, be surrounded by loved ones the night before, go to bed early, listen to your favorite podcast, have a nice cup of tea before bed, and just ensure that you are relaxed and that you feel good about yourself, because you deserve that. So yeah, here you can see some of the reasons why students have chosen us here at NTU. So one of the things we're really, really proud of is having been named Modern University of the Year, as well as University of the Year by the What You Need Choice Awards, who've also named as Best Student Life at Nottingham Trent. And the other thing that I really like about it is it's not only that we offer our students a great student life and the Modern University of the Year, but it also we've been awarded for our outstanding student support, and we have over 200 industry accredited degrees that students can study that set them up really, really well for their careers after university. And one of the things that I really, really think is an amazing project that we started at NTU is making sure that we're supporting you not only throughout your studies, but also after that, and offering you a paid internship if you're not employed or in further study after 12 months after you graduate, just to make sure that those skills that we've taught you are just staying sharp and making sure that you are succeeding in your life after university.
Okay, so we have reached the end of the presentation. Thank you so much for that, Ricky. Some great insights and tips about results day in there as well. So we're going to open the floor to questions now. So if you've been having a think about what you might want to ask throughout the live stream, pop those in the chat and then we'll get those on screen shortly so we can get those answered for you. You start thinking about those top tips ahead of results day. You've got plenty of time. We've got about over a month at the moment, so it's all going to be okay. The first question we've had from Nicola. Hi, Nicola. Thanks for watching today. So it says, hi, if you don't get your firm at NTU, could you be offered an alternative similar course, not foundation? Thank you. Well, thank you, Nicola, for your question. Ricky, I'll ask that one to you.
Yes, so it's one of those, we might not be automatically offering you a course because, just as I said, with the law course as an example, so we have the LLB law, but we also have law with criminology or law with business, and we're not just going to offer you a random one if law is actually what you wanted to do. However, if you have a good think, you think actually law with psychology is just up my street and really the second thing I would have chosen after law, then definitely give us a call through clearing, and we'll be having a look whether we can get you into one of those alternative courses. So just because you've missed your points for your main course or your firm or insurance choice, it doesn't mean that you cannot be accepted onto a similar course at the same university.
That's great, thank you. And a reminder of that clearing phone number, it's at the bottom of the screen, but it's 0115 848 6000. So do make a note of that and have that handy on the day as well. Okay, another question. So is there a good time to make my clearing call?
Yes, the good time is as soon as possible. So as I said before, clearing vacancies are obviously limited. So courses only have a certain capacity. And once that's filled, it's filled. So the last thing you want is to miss out on the course that you really want to study just because you just kind of waited 2 weeks before you fancied ringing up the uni and seeing if there's any spaces on there. So do that ideally on results day, potentially the day after, but anything you can get sorted as soon as possible means that you know what you're dealing with.
That's great, thank you. Okay, so what does the application process involve? This is a really good question, actually, so you can know exactly what you're expecting for the day.
Yes, so if you speak to one of our clearing advisors, they're going to ask for your name, they're going to ask for your results, they're going to ask for your email address, just kind of your contact details to make sure that we can get in touch with you. And also potentially they might ask you for stuff like your GCSE results and stuff like that to be sent through to us. On the phone, they're really, really friendly. they're all in a really good mood. Everyone's really excited to help you guys. So yeah, absolutely. They're just going to ask for sort of the basic information that they need to make sure that you are meeting the criteria for the course.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Thank you. Okay, lovely. Another question here. So, hi. Some of the courses have a range of UCAS points that are different from the actual UCAS page itself. If we get the UCAS points from the NTU website course instead of the UCAS website, is it okay?
I think that is a very tricky question. I think it depends because UCAS data currently may already be looking at the September 2024 entry rather than this September's entry. So I would definitely say maybe have a look on the website when it comes to UCAS points for the year that you're applying. And also the main thing is your offer as well. So it doesn't really matter what's on the website or on UCAS. What matters is what is on your offer from us. And yeah, if the UCAS points, if we're one of your firm or insurance choices, then obviously you'll find out straight away and you won't need to go through clearing. If you are going through clearing, then our clearing advisors can kind of advise you if the grades you have received are what we're looking for. So sometimes there can be a bit of flexibility on results day as well. So yeah, that's why it's very difficult to say which points to go by. Say mainly go by the points on your offer. And then if you're not reaching that, give us a call and we'll see what we can do for you.
That's some great advice. Thank you. Okay, so what happens after I apply?
That's a good question. So after you've applied for clearing and you're eligible for an offer, we will give you such offer. And clearing offers are valid for a certain amount of hours. So don't quote me on that. I believe the majority are valid between 24 and 48 hours. So that gives you enough time to ring around different universities and have a look around those places as well if you haven't considered them before. So just because you get a clearing offer doesn't mean you immediately have to accept it. But as I said before, it's worth immediately calling to ensure you're getting said offer because capacities are limited. But you do not need to accept on the spot. So don't feel pressured into that. Have maybe a good night's sleep about seeing what's right for you.
That's really good advice. And like, speak to your loved ones as well. Speak to your parents and your friends and your teachers if they're there on results day, and get their thoughts and advice as well, because they'll all know people who've been through a similar thing before. So get the support from the people around you, because you're not going through it alone either. Okay, so this is a good one. So do I need to let Student Finance know that I have applied through clearing?
Yes, you do need to let them know, not necessarily that you've applied through clearing. They don't really care how you've gotten the offer. But obviously, when you first apply through Student Finance, you will have put down a certain course name and a certain university. And if wherever you end up going, whether that is because you're going to insurance choice or whether you're going through clearing, you will need to amend the course and potentially the university on your student finance application. As far as I'm aware, that is something you can do online, so you don't necessarily need to ring them up. However, if you obviously got any issues with that, feel free to give Student Finance a call about that.
Okay, great. So I think we have one more question now. Lovely. Hello. So do you get a confirmed offer or otherwise as soon as A-level results are released?
Yes. So as I said before, you can log on to your UCAS in the morning, even before you get your results. So I think UCAS updates sometime around 8:15 usually. Sometimes it can take a little bit longer depending on the website potentially crashing. But yeah, you should have your confirmed offer in the morning if you've met either your firm or your insurance choice.
Great. Thank you for your question, Maria. I hope that answers it. And I think we do have time for even another one now. I think we're treating you today. There we go, Nicola. Hi again. So how many offers can you get in clearing? Is it only one at once?
I'm not entirely sure about if there is a maximum. So as far as I'm aware, I don't believe that is the case. Don't quote me on that, but I'm not aware that there is a certain limit on clearing offers you can get. But obviously, don't spend all day trying to get an offer from 120 universities or 5 different courses at 70 different unis. Do kind of make sure that you're not getting overwhelmed. That's why it's important to kind of think about where you might want to ring up on results day. before results day, so that you maybe have only a certain amount of choices that you're trying, just to make sure that you're not being overwhelmed by having too much choice at the end of the day.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. So I think one more question for you, Ricky, from me as well. So overall, I know we've spoken about a lot of tips and advice today for results day and clearing, but what would be your overall final sort of top tip to someone, their top tip, like the must know for results day?
I think the must know is it's all going to be fine, whether or not you've made it into your firm or your insurance choice. There's so many people that go through clearing every single year, and they still go to wonderful universities. They have the most amazing experiences. And I've never, ever met a clearing student, or a student has gone to clearing who said, oh, I wish I would have gone to that other uni now. So everyone that I know that's ever gone through clearing is absolutely happy with their choice. And some even see it as a bit of fate, because it was possibly uni they would have never considered otherwise. So I think you can find your happiness and your success everywhere. So be proud of yourself and just kind of go with your gut.
Amazing advice. Thank you so much. Well, thank you everyone for watching today and for your questions. As a reminder, our clearing hotline is below 0115 848 6000, and the lines are open and clearing is open now. We'd also recommend signing up to NTU Priority as well, like we talked about earlier. And if you visit our website at ntu.ac.uk/priority, and it's there on the screen as if by magic, you can find all the information on their pages and sign up as well for Priority. So thank you everyone again for joining us, and we hope you have a lovely evening. Goodbye.
Bye.